Monday, December 9th. Japan will be the first to announce significant economic developments on this day. The GDP report is expected to be released at 1:50 a.m. The indicator represents the value of all goods and services produced in the country during the reporting quarter as compared to the previous quarter. Quarterly GDP fluctuations are generally indicative of economic growth. It is deemed favorable for the Japanese yen exchange rate if the figure is higher than anticipated. China will release its consumer price index at 3:30 a.m. This is a key economic indicator used to determine the country's inflation rate. The index shows how prices change from the consumer's perspective. In other words, it tracks the change in the cost of living. The yuan appreciates as the consumer price index rises. Tuesday, December 10. The Reserve Bank of Australia will announce its interest rate decision on December 10 at 5:30 a.m. Members examine the current economic situation, discuss the country's monetary policy, and vote on the regulator's monetary policy measures and interest rates. The decision to raise interest rates causes currency prices to grow. Germany will release the Consumer Price Index at 9 a.m. The report reflects the average price dynamics for all goods and services, including food, automobiles, spare parts, and maintenance, as well as other goods and services that are purchased by private households and foreign tourists in the country. The growth of the index often has a positive impact on the exchange rate. Wednesday, December 11th. Traders will pay close attention to Canadian news on Wednesday. The country's central bank will announce its interest rate decision at 4:45 p.m. Depending on the current inflation situation, the regulator either raises, lowers, or keeps the interest rate unchanged. If the interest rate rises, the Canadian dollar strengthens. At 11 o'clock p.m., the Central Bank of Brazil will also announce its interest rate. The rate is set by the Monetary Policy Committee. The committee holds 8 meetings per year to make decisions. The meetings are centered on the Brazilian economy's outlook, including past and expected inflation, domestic economic growth, the exchange rate, foreign interest rates, credit activity levels, and other issues. Thursday, December 12th, at 2:30 a.m., Australia will provide an update on employment changes. Employment growth reflects economic expansion and is a leading indicator of consumer spending in the country, as well as a measure of social well-being. Furthermore, an increase in the indicator may lead to an appreciation of the national currency. News from the European Union will also be of interest to market participants. The interest rate will be announced at 3:15 p.m. This is one of the most important macroeconomic indicators in the Eurozone. A decrease in the ECB interest rate has a negative impact on euro exchange rates, and vice versa. If the regulator increases the refinancing rate, the euro exchange rate rises in response. Friday, December 13th. The Tankan non-manufacturing index will be released in Japan at 1:50 a.m. It reflects the business climate and economic environment as perceived by large corporations. In the country's service sector, the index is based on a survey of top industry representatives, excluding the financial sector. The index determines the health of the non-manufacturing industry. The United Kingdom will release manufacturing production data 9 a.m. The report reflects the change in the value of goods produced in the British manufacturing sector during the reporting month as compared to the previous month. Increased production volume may have a positive impact on the pound.